Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be a quick update video for you guys on stock market, and before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to get my daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and you want to support the channel, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. Welcome back, everybody. So, what we got here in stock market, we got Dow Jones going up on Friday 0.80%, Nasdaq going up almost 2%, S&P going up 1.26%, and Russell going up 1.49%. Now, here's 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500 on top: consumer cyclical, and that is a big move on Tesla and also on Amazon; technology on top, real estate, industrials, utilities, healthcare, communication services, financial, and then energy, lagging behind basic materials and consumer defensive. Now, stock market map, we got a big move here on stock market map, especially from this stock, Nvidia, going up and getting that massive breakout up 4.45%. AMD also catching a breather here, up near 4%. Microsoft going up 1.14%. Apple down slightly on the day. We got names like PLTR going up over 6%. Huge right here. Then we got Amazon going up 1.80%, Tesla up 8.22%, and that is where we saw that big move on consumer cyclical. Now, Google also up 1.25%, Meta going up slightly under 1%. And you can see healthcare did really well here. So as financial right here, big banks, JPM, Wells Fargo, all are up on the day. Now, what we got here that is coming next week? Data, well, nothing big except I would say FOMC minutes, and then we also have jobless claims, and we got some job numbers, non-farm payrolls, and unemployment rate that is coming next week on Friday. Now, with that being said, we also have this CNN Fear and Greed Index sitting at 32. So, just coming back up from, I think it was like 25 or 26, almost going into that extreme fear. And that is where I actually make that video just 2 3 days ago, and I said I'm expecting a bounce, and boy oh boy, did we actually get that bounce on Friday. On SPY ETF, it's up 1.25%. So whenever we get really oversold and SPY trades under lower Bollinger Band, we get massive bounces back up to the upside. And it pretty much works every time. You can see right here, we got a massive bounce. Right here, we got a massive bounce. Same thing right here, and multiple times right here, you can see massive bounces back up to the upside whenever we got under lower Bollinger Band. And especially last week, same thing happening over and over, and we're getting that big bounce. Now, is that it? And market out of the woods completely? Absolutely not. And why? We're still in daily downtrend. Also, we have this left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So head and shoulder pattern. Is that going to play out? Well, in recent times, they pretty much never work out. Head and shoulder patterns are not working in recent times. If you know one that is actually working out on SPY or Qs or even on IWM, let me know. I'm not seeing anything. So until I would say SPY here breaks below and stays below 586, it's not going to play out. Now to the upside, going into Monday's session, it needs to get over this resistance right here, this red line, 50-day moving average, 593. If we gap over that, and then we can stay over that, then 598 to 600 definitely, a move we can catch back up to the upside right here on SPY ETF. Now below 593, there will be support at 590, and then weekly support at 586, and then lower Bollinger Band to the rescue again. That's going to be a support to 580, and then this gap comes into play, 576.74. At that point, you will know that it actually broke that neckline, and now this entire head and shoulder pattern can play out, and we can go much lower from that gap. But so far, that's not the case, and let's just see how things work out this week. On triple Q, it's up 1.64%. So same thing, you can see hitting lower Bollinger Band, hitting lower Bollinger Band, and again hitting right here and getting that massive bounce back up to the upside. I mean, you can see it was right here at what 505, and now it's trading at almost 520. So huge, $15 bounce back up to the upside, guys. Huge move right here within just a matter of 2 days. Now, when you catch these moves, and if you can catch it at the right time, you can make a ton of money. And I'm telling you guys, this works pretty much 95 to maybe even 100%. Maybe there is a gap 1% of the time it does not work, but whenever you see a big ETF like triple Q or even SPY, and it's going below lower Bollinger Band and there is no actual crash happening, it's just a sell off, it's going to get that big bounce. And this is exactly what we got. Now if you look at my screen, it's trading over this 5-day moving average and over this 516 where we got massive rejection before. So now that's going to be your line in the sand, 516. Below that, you're going to see a drop down to 511, 507.63, lower Bollinger Band, and then 503. We actually came pretty much near these lows here on Thursday, 505, almost close to 503, previous all-time highs. Now, under 503, definitely this gap comes into play from election 492.88. Now to the upside, 520, that's going to be a big resistance to watch. If we can get over that this week, then there will be resistance at 523, 20-day and 13-day moving average, and then 527. If we can get over that, we need to take out this high from this candle, which is at 531, but that's a long way unless we get some really good catalyst. I don't think it's going to push, you know, over this candle this week. So let's just not go there for now. We'll do that in another video. On IWM, it's up 1.5%. So if you look at my screen, yes, it's up. It's looking good, but again, it's on a downtrend, and we're forming this bear flag right here on IWM. So if this thing gets under 222, takes out 220, in that case, nobody's going to stop IWM from coming down and closing this gap right here near 213. Now it's holding over this 13-day moving average. I would say 224. So that's going to be your key line in the sand. Below that, 220. That's going to be the strong support to watch. But as long as it's over 224, definitely can make a move up to 227. This previous rejection, that's going to act as a resistance right here. And if we can clear all that, then we might be talking about 230s on IWM and possibly going even higher and breaking out of this daily downtrend. Until then, guys, if this bear flag actually plays out, so what's the bottom here, like 220 to 218? If that gives up, you're going to see a drop down to this gap, definitely right here just below 213. So what do we got here on Dow Jones? It's up 0.79%, and again, just like IWM, it's not looking too good. And if you look at my screen, I mean, you can see it just barely trading over this 5-day moving average 426. Now also keep that in mind, and this is not a bull trend. We have white line 20-day and the 50-day, this red line, both are declining, and the 20-day is actually crossing below 50-day. That is not a bullish signal for the market, guys, at least not for Dow Jones. So going into tomorrow's session, there will be resistance at 13-day moving average 429. If we can clear that, it can make a move up to right here 433, to these moving averages right here where it's crossing 435. That is my upside target if we can get there this week. Now over that, yes, it's going to look more bullish, and possibly that's going to be a breakout from this daily downtrend. Now to the downside, this thing gives up 426 5-day moving average. It will drop down to this critical support 423, and below that it's going to drop significantly down to 416, and then this gap comes into play right here at 412. On VIX is down 10% on Friday, so VIX getting definitely crushed on Friday, and now there will be critical support if this thing wants to come down a bit more right here at 15 bucks. Now you can see even on Friday this thing went back up to 18, got a rejection here pretty much exactly at 18. If VIX can actually clear 18 bucks and it can stay over 18, that can put a lot of pressure on S&P 500, and we might see that election gap getting filled at that point. Now this thing has to break 18. It needs to stay over 18. In that case, you're going to see more upside right here on VIX going back up to 20s, and possibly over that you're going to see a massive breakout, and that's going to cause a lot of trouble for S&P 500. So watch out right here on VIX. So before we end this video today, guys, I want to look at Nvidia stock for a moment, and also want to look at dollar and 10-year yield. Now, if you look at my screen, Nvidia, we had this massive wedge, and then it actually came back, retested, and this actually turned into a small bull flag. And I was talking about it, how this breakout can take place, and we got that right here, where I actually talked about it, that this bull flag can actually get that breakout, and we got that on Friday with some volume on it. So now it's over 144, and that is actually helping this market getting that dead cat bounce. So I don't know how long Nvidia can keep this market alive, but I just wanted to share this Nvidia breakout here in this video. Now, a dollar here, if you look at my screen, yes, we got a mini tiny pullback on Friday, but we talked about it before in my video. We had this wedge right here, we got the massive breakout. This thing came back in, and it was pretty much wedging or flagging here. We got another massive breakout. And now if this thing were to pull back 108.50, that's going to be a critical support on dollar, unless this thing breaks down significantly. In that case, it's going to push S&P 500 higher. Otherwise, if this thing gets a bounce from here, you're going to see dollar going back up to 110. Now, on the other hand, TNX was up on Friday, and if you look at my screen, you can see it was up 0.46%, and it's pretty much flagging right here, guys. We got this broadening wedge or flag here, and now if this thing breaks out over this high, which is 4.64, it can go much higher. And if that's the case, you're going to see a lot more selling in this market. I mean, these things are not taking a back seat, not like here. You can see mini pullbacks and then continuation to the upside. And if these things are going up, guess what? S&P 500 and the market itself, everything will come down. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated.